we really haven't given an introduction as to who we are, what we do, what got us into this, or anything, and we want to go over that with you guys a little bit here. So, this is Jeff. Jeff, what's your background in firearms, and what got you into this?
Well, practically, I've been shooting since I was 3 years old, and believe it or not, I took the first shots that I ever took in my life on this range. Not particularly on this version of this range because it's been redone, but my father brought me out here when he would practice as a police officer, and I've guns have just been in my blood ever since. I've done nothing but mess with guns, work on guns, collect guns, shoot guns, clean guns all my life. Uh, as Terry well knows, we've known each other for quite a long time, and I've known his family too. But I've also been involved in selling firearms retail for the past 27 years, almost 27 years. It'll be 27 in January. Uh, I get to see meet people every day, and it seems like everybody's either acquiring a love for guns, getting their first ones, and I get to share in that, or what's kind of even better than that, I get to meet new friends. And the firearm crowd is a little different crowd than I'd say, baseball fans or basketball fans,
Yeah, of all kinds
or
of
whatever.
subgenres of those.
Yeah, because
Fans.
to me, it seems as if gun guys get along a little differently. They always say the armed society is a polite society. Nobody's gonna pop off and say anything stupid. They're a bunch of armed guys. But beyond that, heck, I was involved in 4-H shooting sports, and I still continue to help every community activity that has to do with shooting around me when they come into the shop and do different things. But Terry, what about you?
I got into shooting around 4 to 5 years old. As soon as I was old enough, as soon as my dad thought that I was old enough to handle a firearm, he put one in my hands and taught me how to use it safely and properly. And I started out shooting a 22 rifle and moved on to a 38 revolver. And if I remember correctly, that was a Colt Python. My dad loved, and loves Colts. That was always his big thing. Um, I got out of firearms for a little bit in my late teens and then got back into them in my early 20s. Um, I was an NRA instructor for a while and just really didn't have time to put the attention into it that it needed. And our Facebook page, the Gunslinger Firearms and Gear page, was originally dedicated to that. And once I stopped doing it, I changed gears and got with Jeff about starting a YouTube channel to share our love for firearms with all of you who are watching. And we've grown quite a nice audience over the last couple months that we've been doing this. And it just that's one of the things that I've always loved about firearms since I've been shooting is sharing that with other people.
Yeah.
Going to the public range and having people come up and what's that you're shooting and what would you like to shoot it?
No.
And people were always so surprised that I'd let someone shoot whatever I had.
Oh yeah. I mean, you never know what you're going to spawn in somebody. If all of a sudden that's what it took to get that knack for firearms, or even maybe see you handle one safely, and to get an idea of what it's all about. Firearms, it's more than just hearing the bang and smelling the powder and all these things. It's also it's a discipline. It's respect. It's knowing that you've got control over something. You've got 100% control over it. And I'm not saying you should be a control freak or anything like that, but it's just the simple fact that in so many things in our lives we don't have control of. But when you see the golfer that drives a golf ball to a hole and so on and so forth. Well, when a guy is trying to shoot a rifle at 1,000 yards, I think that trumps the little white ball.
And I'd love to get into some of that too, and some nice long distance shooting.
Yeah, and through the years, as many people as I've helped choose their first firearm, and then I see them come back, or what's even better, I've helped generations. I've helped a father that becomes a grandfather, his son, and so on, or even daughters. I'm getting a lot of women that are getting into shooting sports, and I love that because we all, as Americans, period, need to share a love of firearms. Because regardless what anybody thinks in our political arena, we would not have freedom if it wasn't for firearms.
Absolutely not.
Period. And you know, whatever drives your passion for firearms, you know, just do it safely. You know, please. You know, that's what Terry and I are trying to do every single time we come out to the range. Always, you know, understand that you're responsible for anything you do with a firearm. Just please do it safely. That's all we really ask, and that's what we want to show too. We want to have fun, but we want to have safe fun.
Right.
You know, but you know, it's been, you know, a nice couple months we've been doing this. I've really enjoyed myself. It's got me back out shooting, rather than, you know, working on guns all the time or following kids or doing whatever, which I still have to do and have to have time to do. I love to shoot.
We're talking about how bad you want to get out and shoot. You know,
Yeah.
this is something that gets us out on the range. It's gotten us out at least once a week so far.
Absolutely.
So.
And you know, if the weather gets too bad or something, withdrawal symptoms at this point might get pretty bad. You might see us out here in about any weather. But
Yeah.
you know, Terry, I'm glad that we are getting this chance to do this stuff.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad we've got a country where we can do this. And you know, get out there and go shooting. We enjoy it. We want you to enjoy it. Hey, watching us shoot is one thing, but getting out and doing it yourself is another. You know, that's, I mean, I think you would agree with that totally. But thanks for watching us, guys. I've had a lifelong interest in firearms. If anything we do spurs somebody else's interest, that's great. And just hope you keep on watching and keep shooting.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a lot.